risks you have taken. So, the floor is yours.
First, thank you for having me. And it's humbling to see people that are not content with where they're at, because I'm sure there's people here that, in our parents' eyes, maybe we're already in a good position, we're already making decent money, we might have weekends off, you know, a good retirement plan. And then I was just talking to Dan, and I'm like, man, this group here had to pay a nice chunk of money to listen to Willie, to listen to Christine, and are looking to see how they can get to that next level. I know when I was up in Northern California, I had my degree, and I could have landed a good teaching job. I had it lined up right away, but I'm like, no, that's still not going to compensate me the way. I'm not going to be able to help as many people as I want to if I stay there. So what I was telling Dan as well was like, I knew I was preparing, I was reading, I was going to bed early, I was waking up early, I was putting in all this work, and in reality, I didn't know what it was like towards. It's not like I knew I was going to find Willie. I didn't know I was going to find the mortgage guys. I didn't even know I was going to be in the mortgage business. But I was like, I'm preparing. I'm going to stop doing what I see the majority of people doing. If the majority of people are taking weekends off, or are clubbing, or drinking I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going to continue to work every day of the week. Nothing changes. I'm not going to go do the party thing anymore. And little by little, I just started kind of realizing that the people I was associating with were also people who were striving for more. After that, then I ended up coming to Driven. It was the first time that I had ever attended an event like that. It was almost awkward. That wasn't going on in Modesto. We don't have that over there. So it was almost unusual. I remember it was 150, and my mind was like, shh, 150, she's crazy. I wouldn't even go to concerts because I was like, man, it's expensive, man, $100. Go see Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? So then, even that was out of my budget. But then that turned out to change everything. Like I started realizing like, oh shit, everybody here is like trying to make something out of themselves. And then I found Willie, and then I found Albert, I found the company. I'm like, these people would help me. So then I'm like, I've always been extremely confident. Like nobody can ding it. Like you could tell me your opinion. Like, oh, I don't think you're. I don't care. Like I know what I like. Nobody knows what you have in you, how hard you're willing to work, what you're willing to sacrifice. So any opinion that it was ever negative didn't touch me because I knew. You know what I mean? So then, yeah, I got the whole "you're not ready" when I moved to Southern California. I'm like, that's cool, I'm not believing that. I'm not buying that story. But I came and I interviewed with Willie about 4 months after the first Driven. Driven 1 was in September. In January, I was here interviewing him. And there's a time where I came and I had an appointment set with you and Albert. And when I was calling to be like, hey, just make sure that we're still on at 1 or whatever. And I didn't get a text back. Or, you know what I mean? And that's Andy driving 5 hours. That's Andy actually using his buddy as a ride because his buddy had a company vehicle and we didn't have to pay gas. Shit, I couldn't even be paying for that. Like, I didn't even have it like that. So I'm busting all these missions. Yet I come, get shut down. Obviously it wasn't with bad intentions, but the point is, I'm out here trying to create it. It's not like someone's going out and sending me emails like, hey, you wanna come? No. I'm forcing my way through stuff. This whole time I'm preparing, I'm reading, I'm going out. I see I'm looking for I saw some like quote or something where 99% of the people want to live the life that they want. Something like that. 99 and 1% is what I remember. So I'm like, all right, 99, 1. I'm like, okay, what's the majority of people doing? I became just like obsessed with, okay, what I see the majority of people doing. What are they talking about? All right, I kind of get it. I ain't doing that shit. None of this shit. The whole majority of it. And then I just started kind of isolating, doing my own thing. And I came with Willie, and it was. I saw another quote where it said like, man, your current like actions, activities, your belief system, your whole processing is producing the results you have right now. I'm like, okay, well, I hate these results. The bank accounts looking kind of embarrassing. Like I would like hide it if someone was near me. You know what I mean? So I would not be okay with people seeing that. Nothing was. I didn't like nothing other than the fact that at that time I was super fit, but then I almost tied it to something negative. I'm like, man, you're this fit dude, like ripped, shredded. Yeah, you're fucking bro. You're fucking. So then I almost gave that up. When I moved here, I didn't care about no gym. I didn't care about soccer. I didn't care about going. I was at the office here till I didn't even look at the clock. I was like,
You'd fall asleep here.
I'd take a nap here because I'm like, I'm not about to drive to West Covina. Fuck that. I'm gonna take a nap, 15 minutes. I'm gonna wake back up. I'm gonna keep going. So I didn't care about nothing. It was like I moved here and I'm gonna prove to myself that I can do it because now there's no excuse. Now I did have the right guidance, the right mentorship. He did tell me, Andy, meet me here at 5. I'm gonna show you, what you need to do.
5 a.m.
Yeah, 5, and then he used to
met here at 5 a.m.
Yeah, so then it really became like up to me. It's like, what happens when you're getting the right information? So he gave me the info. Now it's like, okay, now you have the info. You guys are gonna leave with all this info. But not just you have access to this info. There's so much good info out there. Yet we don't apply it. So it's like, what are you gonna do with all this info? Are you guys gonna be like, are we like, if we don't apply it, we're just like an encyclopedia. We just have all this information, all this knowledge that, we don't put it to use. So I was quick to like, he would tell me, don't be driving to Modesto. Shit, I ain't flying to Modesto. I mean, I ain't driving to Modesto, now I'm flying. Like, you need to start planning your time. Everything that he would tell me, I don't know if he knew how serious I was taking it, but I was like, I got it. I remember when I was here, when I first moved, I was like I felt like that focus that I never felt in school because I didn't really give a damn about what they were teaching in school. But I wanted to know what he knew. So I was like, and then he would leave and I'm like, shit, I'm staying, I'm gonna keep working. And I didn't care about nobody, no girls, no clubbing, no nothing. There's times that friends would be like, hey, Andy, I'm gonna go visit. Would be cool bar or cool club to, shit, I don't know. I haven't done none of that. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to ask somebody else. Or we'll ask our local friends here, but I didn't do none of that. I didn't care about that. So then, the biggest thing is you find a mentor. Like I found Willie. Without Willie, there'd be no Andy. Andy would be the dude from Modesto that's still trying to figure it out. So you find a Willie, and you have to do what these people tell you. Like if someone tells you advice and they're doing it, it's like if someone's super fit and they're telling you, oh, don't be eating this at this time of day. Like take these supplements, these vitamins. It's kind of simple, but we just have to do it. So then we find that person. We earn that trust. We earn that trust by continuing to do what they tell us because he is not the type of person, successful people are not the type of people to tell you something once and then are okay to telling you the same thing twice, 3, 4. No, hell no. Like the only way I earn his respect is by, he tells me to do something, next time we talk, I already checked that box off. I'm ready for level 2. And then I'm ready for level 3 because I'm applying everything that they're telling me. And then the risk I know you said, touch a little bit about like the risk that we have to be willing to take. It really is an internal thing. Like it's either you think you can or you can't, and it's you. Like it ain't what your mom thinks. It ain't what your brother, siblings. Not even if he tells me he believes in me, it's still like gotta be me that believes in me. Because I tell my friends all the time, she got so much potential, bro. But they don't even believe that. It's gotta be you, and it's really all you. And then the whole personal development, that never stops. Like I remember my sister, my brother-in-law, my brother's friends who were super smart, or they got the good grades, the accolades. Shit, I was copying all through college. My degree should have like 3, 4 names next to mine. Yeah, like I copied. Shit, I'm a pro at copying. You know what I mean? But the issue there with the degrees and the schooling system was that when you get your degree, you throw it on the wall and like, oh, you're set. You kind of made it. But after college is actually when my learning began. It's when I'm like, oh shit, I started picking up books. I'm like, oh, I remember I'd be up late at night and I loved doing it at Friday nights, Saturday nights when I knew everybody was out I knew when the competition when it was out, taking the days off, the weekends off. I remember I would stand up and I'd be reading and I'd be like, oh shit, this is so good. And I'm reading these books and I'm just standing there by myself thinking like, man, this is some good shit. Like, man, why don't they teach this in school? But the learning never stops. So I was telling Dan as well. He came drove an hour and met me. He said, dude, I see what you guys are doing. Like, I just want to pick your brain. I'm humbled as can be because I don't consider myself anything, like nothing. Like, what's the topic? What are we talking about today? And like, I may be a pro at like this much, but there's so much stuff out there that I'm not walking around thinking that Andy's any special. Well, what are we talking about? Because if we're talking about a certain topic, maybe you're the pro shit. I don't know, you teach me. If we're talking about something else, like everybody's got their thing. So I'm not walking around thinking Andy's anything. You know what I mean? So then we walk around always as students. You can't think you know it. You know it all. Because depends what we're talking about. Someone at the register behind a whatever can make you feel stupid if we're talking about that topic. You know what I mean? So then I've never let nothing get to my head. I'm always a student. I know who my mentors are. You know what I mean? And I give them that role, and that's what it is. I came to the first driven in January. I interviewed. It wasn't the right time. I was freaking nervous, which I don't get. At that time I wasn't really the type to be getting nervous, and if I did get nervous, I was able to just handle it. But that interview went all bad. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah, but then what happened was, I'm like, okay, I interviewed, didn't go well. Luckily, I did do a really good job talking to Christine and Janet, because they're the ones who really recruited me. Later, a few months later, 4 months later, actually, in April was when Christine was like, hey man, what about that guy from Modesto? Because they used to have an office in the, what floor here? Fourth, and then they expanded. He went to GrowthCon. I asked him later, once he hired me, hey, what did you learn about growth? What was your biggest takeaway? He said, grow my team, grow an army. So he moved into an office before he had the team. Like, it's like you grow into the person that you're trying to become. So he got an office empty, but he knew that the intention was to fill it. And that's when Christine was like, hey, that guy from Modesto, and then Andy Vick then showed up, and then Melissa, and then Sergio, and then next thing you know, he filled the office.
He moved here within 2 weeks of us
Reaching out.
reaching out to him.
They have no place to go.
I had 1 month's rent. Like I just had like what I dropped for my deposit in your first month or whatever, and then I'm like, oh shit, I got next month covered, but then that's it. But not for a split second, not even like.
That's where the commit and figure it out.
Never ever did I ever think I'm gonna go back up north. I'm like, no, hell no. Like I just needed this mentorship. Like I just needed to hear somebody that knows the business teach me, and I'm gonna do it because I know me. Like I believe in myself.
Right.
So then April comes. I joined the team, and it wasn't over 6 months when I had already hired someone. I hired my sister-in-law full time. I'm like, shit, I wasn't. Just a few months ago, I was unemployed. Now I'm over here hiring people. You know what I mean? And then I got a little office, and then a month after that, or 6 months after that, I hired the second person. 6 months after, a year and a half later, now got the blessing to get a branch on my own, got another satellite in Modesto, got a big team. You know
How
what I
many
mean?
people on your team right now?
13. You know what I mean? So now it's like, and this is all like in a year and a half. When just a year and a half, when I got here, I did not know the difference from FHA to conventional. What I was telling you.
Yeah.
I couldn't have sat with the customer and like said, all right, look, this is what we're at. This seems to make more sense because blah, blah, blah. I didn't. But I was so like, tell me. Whatever you told me, I was like, I'm gonna do it. Shit doesn't make sense. It really doesn't what you're saying, but I'm gonna do it because my processing, I already know what I produce. I know my results. So my results are, my processing is all bad. I don't want my processing. If it doesn't make sense, it's probably next level thinking. So that's actually maybe gonna give me some new result, and that's exactly what it did. You know what I mean? It was just new information. I was like, he took me shopping, and he's like, oh, get this shirt, these pants, and I'm like, wait, how much are they? He's like, no. He's like, no, don't get the price. How does it feel? How do you feel good? I'm like, well, yeah, shit, but let me see how much they cost. But yeah, so he's like, no, it's all good. You're good. And then little things, it's just little things that you just have to start implementing. The issue is applying the application of this information. Like you guys already paid some money, like a nice chunk of money. And now it's like, okay, well, what do you guys do afterwards? Because that's where it's at. You know, so this never stops. So this whole investment, this is probably, and when we come to these events or these workshops or whatever you want to call it, whatever title you want to give it, you don't need to come out here mind blown with like a list of 100 things, man. You just need 2, 3, and I didn't come up with that. That's something that I still learn from him. So my teachings, my mentoring, is all going to be a replica of Willie, because that's who taught me. You know what I mean? So even the way that I present my products, I talk to customers, he probably doesn't know too much, but I even think like, oh shit, that's, if boss man was here, he would almost be like, something I would say. But the point is, you just need 2-3 things. If you guys take 2-3 things here and apply them, that's all you need. And then next thing you gotta do is you gotta go to another one, because the next time you'll be at a different level. Now you took a big step up, and then now at that point you're taking another 2-3, and it's just a little bit. Like it's not like
Game of inches.
you know, and it's always doing these things. Like it's $2,500, whatever this amount was. You were not gonna spend that dollar figure that would have given you the value that you're getting. Like we would have spent it on something else.
Yeah.
On a vacation or like some clothes. I don't know what we spent on.
I think I'm gonna charge them more.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna charge an extra $1,000 before you go.
Yeah. But the point is that just applying it, and we always remain students. That's something that I would never change. I'm never gonna act like Andy knows it all. And when you do get mentors, you have to listen to what they're telling you. You know what I mean? So find that one person that's gonna trust you, that's gonna believe in you, and don't fuck that up. Like you gotta make sure you keep earning that respect, and that shows with time. Because a lot of people come and show their commitment at present time, but with time, you can renegotiate. Like you were showing up here at 5 in the morning, like when you first got here, but now that you got a little bit of money, you don't feel like you gotta show up. And that's where people renegotiate. You know what I mean? So then that's something that we got.
Can you also share from like how you said you were embarrassed of showing your bank account, and just from that 1 year and 8 months, like how you increased your income?
Yeah, so look, this is kind of embarrassing, but I like it at the same time. So 2017, that's the year I was getting licensed. That's the year that I was putting in work. Putting in work, meaning like studying for my test. That was $8,700 was the W-2 that I got for 2017. And
Not 87,000.
8,700. Like I was studying. But I'll tell you the truth. So I did a couple deals, like maybe 3 or 4 under my cousin's name, because I wasn't licensed, and I must have got a couple grand. So it wasn't really big, but it was, or let's just say 15, or maybe it's still under 20.
If it's not on paper, it doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
So the point is that, yeah, that was my 2017. 2018 was like 70 something. And then this year, yeah, we haven't got the 10 yet.
Soon.
But we're like short of 300K. You know what I mean? And this year, I'm not thinking it's gonna be anything under $500,000. You know what I mean? But, well, that's being conservative, to tell you the truth. But, it's not like I was telling you, it's not Andy and what he's learned in a year and a half. It's like the studying, the preparing, the sacrifice that I had been doing even prior to that. So it might not show right away, but like you gotta continue to be the one reading, learning. You're not doing what the 99% of the people are doing, accepting all the barbecues. Like when I moved here, I came in April. 2 weeks after I moved here, 2 weeks after, I had a flight to go to the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't go.
Go full
Tickets paid for, everything.
You did.
I didn't even ask for the refund. I was too excited to know that, fuck yeah, I'm finally here.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Learning has been your non-negotiable.
Yeah,
Taking in the knowledge has been his non-negotiable.
yeah. So then, but those are things that I'm like now because of me being willing to sacrifice that one World Cup. My plan is to never miss a World Cup for the rest of my life now. And I might even be able to bring who wants to come with my family. Like why not? Like now I can. Mom, hey, you wanna go see the World Cup? You know what I mean? Or like my brothers or whoever is important to me. Because I was willing to sacrifice the things that many people are gonna be like, no, because it's my best friend's birthday, or like we get invited to parties every weekend. You can't be making it to every weekend's parties, and then you're gonna be in the 99% bracket. You know what I mean? So then it goes back to who do we wanna be, and you gotta act, your actions have to be in line with that. That's another thing, another line I stole from you. But yeah, so if you guys can get Willie's respect after this year, he would invest time in you, and we continue to earn that. it's gonna change your life. It changed mine. You know what I mean? I have people driving an hour to come talk to me. You know what I mean? And I had before him, I had a 45-year-old man, 4 kids, and I have a lot of messages from people that I'm like, what the fuck, she's crazy. Because it's not like, again, it goes back to Andy not thinking he's anything special. Like, I'm just committed, man. I just put in some studying and I stopped going out and I'm staying focused on what I want to achieve.
Staying in your lane.
Staying in my lane, so. ¿Qué más les digo?
You say you read books. What are your top 3, man?
Top 3?
Yeah, that you read.
A mí me gustó el de, you speak Spanish, no?
So,
Think and Grow Rich, that was one. I like the Wolf of Wall Street one, the Wolf of Wall Street. And as simple as it may sound, this was the one that changed my life. And it's so elementary. It's so basic. But it was the secret. Have you read that one?
I haven't read it.
Well, the biggest thing was this. The biggest thing on that book, just remember one thing, because I don't remember the whole thing. I have actually a bad memory. Like, my family here knows that. But the point is that it was like, imagine yourself as a magnet. Like you're a magnet. Like, think of yourself as something positive, and like, expect nothing but positivity to come your way. So shit could hit the fan like, bad. Like, I wrecked my friend's car, which is true. Anything that happens, I'm like, it's not fucking up my mindset. I'm gonna stay positive. I ain't gonna shift it. So no matter what happens, I stay with the emotions that I almost want to reciprocate. Like, I am the magnet to what thoughts I'm holding up here. So I keep myself at a high positive energy, and that's what I put out, and that's actually like what I receive. I swear, it's just think of yourself as a magnet. If you're a complainer, expect that type of stuff to come your way. So even if shit's going all bad, you're gonna hear me complain. I ain't gonna say that. I don't want that in my life. So then that's what I took from that book. But then from there, I started kind of picking up on other things. Think and Grow Rich one was one that was like, oh shit, that one was good. And then the selling one, because then everything sells. Like I'm selling you guys on mentorship right now, on investing. I'm selling you guys on my ideas right now. When you guys interview somewhere, you're selling them on why you're a good candidate. Product, you're selling the client on like that's the long way you should go. When you're dating, you sell her like, hey, I'm the good boyfriend. Don't divorce. You can continue to sell her that you're the right husband. That's it. If you don't keep selling, then you divorce. So everything's gonna be sell. So the Wolf of Wall Street was good for that one. Was there a few? Proud of your boy about okay.
It's hard to come like this.
And like
Quiere llorar.
Hey, bro,
We got one more question.
so, what is your non-negotiables?
your non-negotiable is that one. Is like the being a student.
Being a
Like
student.
esa es like I ain't gonna change. Like no matter how much progress you're seeing or how much people will start looking at you like, you got something going. Nah, fuck that, I can't let that get to my head. I gotta continue to grow, continue to learn. And you can't let that get to you. So siempre, it's like you become that person, a learner. You're a student. That doesn't change no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one. Question, anybody?
How about for these youngsters?
¿Cuántos años tienen? Like, I love to see people do
27.
His
No,
story
you're
has
not
been
grown like that.
amazing.
I just want to congratulate you for your team, bro. Like, that's why I'm here. Like, you just seem so humble. Like, your story, the interview you had, everything is like, I can relate to you, man.
Like that little smile, bro, it like makes you feel a certain way. Cause again, Andy doesn't think he's anything.
You know, it's like, yeah, that's why I'm here. I want to congratulate you for your team, man. Like, you're just so humble with your boys, you know, they're your friends and you bring them along, you teach them what you know, and it's like, not a lot of people do that.
Mhm.
You know, God bless you for that, you know, it's, yeah.
Thank you. And the great thing is that you found a circle where they're givers. Like this circle is, they said. They don't. I don't know how much this. I remember that even the people on my team were like, man, like they started doing the math. Like, oh man, I paid this much, and then we start calculating. Like, oh shit, it's a good investment. Nah, they don't need that money. They're good. I mean, this is them taking the time out of their hands to try and provide something that hopefully helps change your lives.
Time from our kids.
That's really what it is. I'm like, man, that's dope. And it's like I say this all the time. It's like baby Jesus knows why they put this person in front of me, and like now it's my half to do my end, which is applying what they taught me. You know what I mean? So, us being in like under their umbrella or their guidance, pero ahora falta lo difícil, which is applying. And
Johnny came from San Maria.
Santa Maria.
where's that at?
About 3 hours up north, along the coast.
Alright, Santa Maria, and then that's kind of like where you start getting toward like Salinas, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Salinas, Modesto.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so see.
Man, I appreciate your time, man. Like, you speaking it's amazing. It reconfirms pues todo lo que estoy haciendo. I'm on the right track, man. I just gotta keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Man, you're amazing, man.
There comes a day when.
Can you record that shit? Can you record that?
And I wanted to say that live. I'm like, man, I gotta tell that. You know, like it's just I don't know you. I didn't know you. I'm just in videos, but I'm like, I can see it in that guy. It's
Yeah.
just I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's real.
You just
Yeah,
have
it
that.
seemed like in
You
your
just have that
videos,
humility and you,
yeah.
la humildad que tienes. I don't know. It's just you know.
Embarrassing, man. But yeah.
Yeah, like you seem really humble and like, you know, funny and like, I don't know, your videos make me laugh. I don't know, like, you know, like, you're so goofy and like, but you know, you could tell you love them, like, it's,
Yeah.
you know, you're very.
Well, look, it starts
loyal
from the
and
top.
all that.
Yeah, no, it starts from the top. Like that's the same love and attention that I got from them. You know, so why am I gonna change it up? Let's keep that going. And then you guys come up to a certain level and it's like, don't be selfish. Like it's a nice. He said, it might sound funny, but he's like, it's lonely at the top. You know, like I want to bring my people up. You know, so then we gotta make sure to help our people get up there. It ain't nothing cool when Andy gets to go travel y que está en Belize y que fue para Cuba y que para España and in reality, yeah. So it's like if you're not out there with your people, it gets kind of lonely. Like you wish you could be like